Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
Sidney.
Um, Thank you, ladies, for your time today, and thank you for your characters. I felt like they brought kind of that lightheartedness into this film that I needed. So tell me a little bit about the timeliness. I think that was one of my favorite things about this film. I mean, from the symbolism to everything going on, the alternate universe going back and forth from present day to slavery. Tell me a little bit about the timeliness. Is that something that you ladies initially realized when you signed on to do the film?
Of course, yeah. I mean, and that was before what was going on now, but this is it's been timely. It's been timely for since the birth of our nation. It's been timely, but certainly when I saw the film and all of the connections it was making, I thought this is an important story to be told right now. It's important time for our country to really take a hard look at its past and the ways that that's informing its present, so that we can move forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's there's never not been a timely, you know,
Very true.
time in history for this film to come out because like yes, before this time, there was Mike Brown and there was Trayvon Martin and there was Emmett Till and there were, and there's list of names and not just that, but also a list of, racial grievances and a long, long history of inhumanity to people of color, Black people, especially in this country. And so honestly, it would have been just as timely had this come out in the 90s.
Unfortunately, Gabby, you're 100% right about that. But that's what I loved about it. It kind of shakes the table in terms of comfortability and kind of gets the conversation. The conversation's always been had, but it's kind of pushes it to the forefront because you're able to relate it to modern times. And it kind of goes back and forth, almost like a mind blower. But also something that I picked up on, I love the fact that in the slavery universe, you saw, of course, Janelle's character Veronica going through so many things. But what I liked about it was in the present day universe, they had your characters, ladies, women supporting women. That was like a big thing to me. Black, white, whatever color. And I feel like your characters, especially, like you were such a supportive, you all had, were boss women in your respective fields, but we were so supportive of Veronica. And even in a horror timepiece like this, I still feel like that was important. So tell me about, did you guys like realize that? I don't know if your character did it for you, but it did it for me. I love seeing that. So tell me a little bit about that.
I mean, yeah, when I saw the movie, I forgot that Lily and I were in it. Like, I forgot because you get really, really wrapped into that world. And by the time we appear, you're like, oh, thank God. Like it's,
I can breathe. There's my girl. You can just
like you've been running laps or something. Right. And now you could, but that, there's a point to that because, the entirety of Blackness did not start with slavery. Before we were slaves, we were not only were we Africans, but we were society. We were mothers. We were fathers. We were doctors. We were teachers. We were people. We were society. And so Dawn and Sarah represent the society that has been stolen from, and it almost makes the second half of the film much more terrifying and horrible when you know the world that she's actually from.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. All right, ladies, I'm getting the cue to wrap. Thank you so much. Again, I loved your characters in this film, and you kind of just allowed me to breathe a little, and it really brought out everything in the movie. Like you said, the second half was a little bit more scarier because they're kind of thrown for like a loop-de-doo. But thank you so much for your characters and thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Sidney.
Thank you.